it's Christina from Card Making Magic. This is the card that I'm going to make today, and I'll take you through the dies that I've used, but I'm going to make it in these colours so that it's a nice purpley shade with white. So the first thing I'm going to do is create the base card, and there's two ways you can do it. This is just an A4 sheet of card, so you can either use your dies, and whichever size dies you've got, you need two pieces. You also need another piece of card that you can fold in half that's the same size as the card that you want to make. And then all I'm going to do is just add some glue along one piece of that card and add it into the top of one sheet, and then I'm going to glue the other side, and make sure that you've got the right side of the card facing you and glue that together. Then once you've done that, you can simply trim that off, and that's your base card. Now another way to do it is to simply cut the card in half, fold it back by about ½ inch, add the glue, keep it folded, and add the other piece in to the top. Make sure it's all level, and then you can trim that down to 5 by 7, and that's another way to make your base card. So once I've got my base card completed, I need to decide which of my patterns I'm going to use, and I've just cut myself a smaller layer that's going to sit on the front. And then with detailed scallops, I've taken the largest die and I've cut myself a shape that is also going to sit on the front, and this one will have foam tape behind it. Now with this die, this is called Great Effect, and all these dies are from Spellbinders. I've cut myself a panel and then I've trimmed it down so that it will sit in the middle of that rectangle on the card. So the next thing I've done with the oval dies is I've taken die number 5 and I've cut myself an oval with the scalloped edge that will go on there. And then from the white card and the pattern card and die number 5 from the plain ovals, I cut myself 2 more pieces. Now with the layered, with the patterned one, what I'm going to do is take the cutting edge from the curved borders and I'm going to place it on my card, and I'm going to run that through the die cutting machine so that once it's cut, I then have half of an oval. I've stamped and embossed my sentiment, and they will also be added with foam to my card. Now the other elements that I need for my card are some leaves and some flourishes. So I've used foliage and I've used these 2 dies to create some leaves, and I've done them in 2 different shades of green and some white. And then from the romantic vine, I've cut the flourish elements that I need to add to my card. So I've chosen some flowers that match my design, and I've also got a little angel that I'm going to add to the card, and these are all from Wild Orchid Crafts. So now that I have all the pieces needed for my card, I can go ahead and start to build it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just flat glue this to my base card, just leaving a nice small border around all the edges. And then the next thing I'm going to do is add in my large frame, and that's also going to sit with just a small border around each of the edges, and that's got foam tape behind it. Now I'm going to add this in, but it will sit underneath the oval, so I'm going to put some foam tape so that it's underneath that oval and you won't be able to see it. But that will just keep that raised just a wee bit from the card. So now we can add this piece in place, and I'm going to make it so that it's just off centre and up towards the top of the card. And then we can add in the embossed sentiment, the heat embossed sentiment. That will sit along there. And then the last thing we can add in is the scalloped bordered oval, and I can get the backing of it. Okay, so we can add that in just along there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is dress that card with my flowers and my leaves. So when I'm adding in flowers, I like to just have a dry run to see how they look and where I like them. So I'm going to add these flourishes in along there, and then we'll start adding in flowers so that they look nicely arranged. So I quite like that look. And we'll tuck in some of these leaves. Now obviously they're not going to stay in place because they're not glued yet, but this is just how I think I would like them. So we just have a little play and see where they all go. Now obviously you can arrange your flowers anywhere you want. This is just an idea. Now a good idea to do is, once you've got a display how you like it, if you have a camera on your phone, take a quick photograph of it, and then when you move the flowers you can always refer back to the photograph to see how you liked the flowers. So there I've got my flowers glued in place, but I'm going to remove this piece from the middle of this flower, just bend the wire back, and then I'm going to add in another rose to the centre, which just makes it look a little bit prettier. And then my little angel, I'm going to pop her along there, and then I'm going to add in some pearls. So I've just dotted a few pearls around just to enhance the flowers, and then I'm just going to add in some glue to my flowers. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some glitter on the top, and I've just noticed that that tulip is loose there, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue underneath it and glue it back down. Okay, so we'll bring in my glitter box and we'll just add in some glue, some glitter, and sprinkle off the excess. Now once the glue is dry, it will dry flat and it will dry clear, and so those flowers, the glitter will just sit nicely on the petals. So there we have two cards. They've both been lined and they're suitable for any occasion. So I hope you'll give this a try, and if you've enjoyed the video, please give it the thumbs up, and why not subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a video in the future. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.